Hey y'all, it's Thursday here in Wake Up Barstool, and what a day, man. The calendar continues to provide. We got some great NBA series taking place, some incredible NHL playoff action. We got World Cup on the horizon. The NFL news cycle never stops, and it all starts now on FS1. Welcome in, Wake Up Barstool Thursday crew. No Jersey Jerry today, which means we got our best guy, Big T, back in the chair. Mark Titus, PFT, I'm T, my baby. Hope everybody's having a great day. We're going to have a great day. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot to talk about today. So grab a coffee, guys, and let's get ready. What's going on, boys? Feeling good?
Having a great morning.
Yeah.
Great morning. Really good morning. It's reached that part of the year where I woke up and my alarm goes off super early on Thursdays. Doesn't matter because there's daylight in my bedroom. I had sunlight.
It's not as depressing.
I had sunlight.
I will say,
yep.
Seeing your breath as you're starting your car and the calendar's almost May. Don't love that.
No,
Don't love that. I would. I would prefer...
but it's going to burn away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of cold. We'll get a nice afternoon here. But these gas prices, though, dude, jeez, oh my God, unreal. No, but you know, gas prices be damned. We do have some great playoff action.
Yeah.
Distract us here, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mark, I want your take as our resident hoop head here.
Yep. NBA expert.
This first round has been the most competitive in recent memory. In fact, I think we have 6 series, which are going to go at least 6 games. It's the first time that's happened since 2014. It's about 12 years. Yeah.
Wow.
So NBA's up. We're looking good, dude. How we feel about last night's action? Of course, the Cavs take a 3-2 lead. Rockets staying alive.
Right.
Pistons staying alive.
Pistons staying alive. All these series are compelling. I do think the story is people are already talking about the Lakers maybe blowing a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the story this morning, right? It's like
it's there.
It's
tantalizing.
It's starting to feel like it might happen.
Yep.
It does feel
There's
like
still a lot of ball left to be played, but like you're starting to see a path. You're starting to see a vision. The Rockets were like heavy favorites going into this series. The fact that the Lakers were up 3-0 was a surprise to begin with. So that I think that's what plays into it. Is the Rockets are probably the better team, and the Rockets aren't even really that good. So yeah, I don't know. It's that would be something.
I think the other thing about this story is, and this is very reductive by me, admittedly. But I'm like, man, LeBron's old. So when it's going well, I'm like, wow, incredible. LeBron's old. Look at it. It's absolutely amazing. And now I'm like, well, LeBron's old. He's probably getting tired.
Yeah.
They got to win this series. This series is going too long. His legs aren't going to be able to hold up. Kevin Durant's in here waiting to maybe come back and play savior here the next couple of games.
Yeah, you think he's going to come back? I don't know.
No, he's probably not.
There's something weird going.
Something weird going on with Kevin Durant.
Always something weird going on with that guy.
From what I understand, I think him trying to come back earlier in the series was already like way ahead of timeline and would have never happened if it wasn't the playoffs. So yeah, there's a good chance KD doesn't come back here.
Yeah. Listen, I would like to see more LeBron. I've realized this playoff series, I'm not done with him yet.
I agree.
And I think that there's a good chance he retires this offseason. So I'm not done with LeBron. It's funny to think about him blowing a 3-0 lead as like the last thing that he leaves behind, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think that do you think for a second if David Stern was in charge of the NBA?
Yeah, well, that's the problem. He's not.
He's not.
So this is Adam Silver's NBA, and anything goes, you know.
But I feel like even Adam Silver knows. It might be time to call up one of the extenders.
Yeah.
Adam Silver, the opposite, actually.
You know, we might get a Game 7 where the Rockets are wearing orange jerseys and then the Lakers are wearing green for some reason, and you know,
we'll do an asphalt court.
It's going to be TikTok night.
TikTok night, Game 7, and then anything goes.
Yep.
And there's no way knowing. I have something to say about LeBron that makes zero sense whatsoever, except I'm going to say it anyway. This version of LeBron is not the best version, obviously. It might be my favorite version of LeBron because I am reaching. I'm only a few years younger than him, but I am reaching an age where my body is falling apart. We did no spoilers.
We did physical activity.
We did a physical activity yesterday as a company.
We're hurting.
I woke up this morning. My body is just aching. Everything, body parts I didn't even know I had are screaming at me. And I think like as I am personally going through this process of aging and realizing that like I have nothing left in the tank to see a man who's 41 years old and do it at the highest level. And I know that they might blow the series, and you know, he went 0 for 6 from 3 last night. I think, like, for me, I just have gotten to a point where I just, like, the fact that he can step onto a basketball court at age 41, I'm just like, this is dominant. This is crazy.
Yeah, no, it boggles my mind. And look, it's not by accident. He very famously sleeps like 12 hours in a 24 cycle. He spends millions of dollars.
Spends a lot of money on his body. Like, what do you think he's spending that money on?
Okay. I don't know. What costs a lot of money?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would cost a lot of money?
Probably like deep tissue massage.
I don't care. You accuse me of being naive, accuse me of being gullible, accuse me of being whatever you want. I refuse to engage with these dispersions that y'all are casting.
I'm not casting any.
You're at least casting dispersions.
I'm still one of the best players in the world, never been hurt.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. I would say it's more interesting.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's a testament to how
there has to be one, guys. There always has to be one that defied the odds. That
never was
the
before.
odds.
That's what's so crazy about it. Like a big time outlier like that.
No, there's other old guys, and every generation you have one old guy for that generation.
Yeah, I mean, with LeBron, I'll say this about him. He's doing a very valuable service to those men out there of a certain age like myself, too. If he's still bald, there's no cure for baldness.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? Like, he would spend all the money. He'd spend, what? I imagine if you asked LeBron, like, hey, what is the maximum amount of money that you would spend to ensure that you had a full head of natural hair for the rest of your life? He would probably spend, I would say, like $50 million.
He does spend millions on his body, like you said.
So
He has
at least there's
expensive
that.
brush.
Yeah.
The brush.
Yeah.
That was supposed to do something.
I thought you weren't an NBA guy, T.
Yeah.
I know the brush.
A lot of NBA knowledge.
Listen,
You're a
when we
brush
put
guy.
this is how I'm learning who's playing. So
Okay, great. So you didn't see any of Paolo and Kate Cunningham last night going for 45 apiece in a duel that the Pistons win to survive and advance?
That was
not
a good
advance,
game.
but survive and continue.
It was a good game. And the Magic now dealing with some injury woes of their own. I don't know. I feel like the Pistons can do it. I think they can.
That would be, man, you want to talk about narratives built on a foundation of shifting sand. The Magic came in miserable.
Yeah.
Pistons opposite. Everything flipped. Magic fans like, oh my God, actually it's all happening. If the Magic were to blow this series, it would actually hurt even worse than if they had just come out and gotten swept like everybody expected them to.
Yeah. I mean, this series is a mid-off. And it's like the Magic. That's the thing about, like, the Magic building the 3-1 lead was, like, they're not good. The Magic are not good. The Pistons are not good. But, yeah, the Pistons are very much still alive in this thing. And it has been, in some ways, it's been the most compelling series. Like, it's not the best basketball, but even though all these series are close, we're still getting a ton of blowouts, you know, like night to night.
I know,
like,
that's been a little disappointing.
But I feel like there's something about watching the Pistons and Magic play that you're just like both teams might miss 10 shots in a row.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of unsure of where the game is going.
It's got kind of an old school feel in that way.
Old school.
Yeah.
And it's not good basketball, but it is, in a way, because it's not as good, it's more compelling that way.
The Pistons, the way that they're constructed is very confusing to me because, and don't get it wrong, because the Pistons were a 14-win team 2 years ago, a really bad team.
Yeah.
Now they're the number 1 seed in the East, but I feel like they're the number 1 seed in the East because they're really the only team in the East that really went for the 1 seed like the entire year.
Yeah, they tried all regular season.
And the East is down, and like going into it, we didn't think that the Celtics were going to be any good either. We thought this was going to be, what do they call it, a gap year for the Celtics?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Pistons were like, okay, this is our year. Pacers out of the picture. Let's get that 1 seed. Let's. I mean, as a Capitals fan, I know how that used to go in the Eastern Conference. It's like, let's get that President's Cup or the President's Trophy, hang that banner up there. We might flame out in the playoffs. It seems like that's what the Pistons are probably destined to do this year because their roster is not like fully constructed or developed to get to that very next level to be a dominant team.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to pull off the comeback against the Magic.
Oh, so you're calling it. You're calling your shot.
I never gave up on these Pistons.
Wow.
I double guaranteed it after game 1.
I do have one NBA thing I want to say, which is in the limited experience I have with these playoffs, I see on the internet people comparing the Pistons to the 2015 Atlanta Hawks. They keep saying, like, oh, here's the Pistons. The 2015 Atlanta Hawks won 60 games, went to the Eastern Conference Finals, had to play prime LeBron. But the thing people forget, Thabo Cephalosha was going to be our LeBron stopper, and the NYPD snapped his leg wrongfully in a club. And then Kyle Korver got hurt during the series,
Big
and
T
they
says
still
defund.
almost won 2 of the games.
Two of the games.
There would have been 2-2 to compare that team to this team. I get they were down 3-1 to the 8th seed. Is that what I'm hearing? That's disgusting. It's despicable.
I did not expect to have such a deep dive on the 2015.
I'll
Atlanta
never
Hawks.
forget the morning that I woke up and they were like, yeah, Thabo Cephalosha's leg is broken. He was at a club in New York last night and the cops beat him.
I remember being a young radio man covering that story on like early
And
morning
Pero
radio.
Antich was with him as well.
So until the Orlando PD snaps Tobias Harris's leg, we cannot complain about this.
Well, until they get to the you can't compare them to the Hawks until they get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, right now that we've established that, please, everybody, PSA, do not compare the 2026 Detroit Pistons to the 2016 Atlanta Hawks.
Better
Excuse me.
stop.
Full
Not the
starting
same.
5 January.
See
player
way
of the
too
month.
much of that crap online. I'm sick of it. How about this, Mark? I got a question. You mentioned a mid-off. Is Cavs Raptors a mid-off? I see a world in which we get a Game 7 and James Harden dominates a Game 7. Like is James Harden here at the end when everything was darkest, when we already knew who this guy was?
Yeah.
Does he have a chance?
Flips the script.
Does he have a chance?
Yeah, I mean the Cavs. The Cavs excite me as the theory of the Cavs excite me. Like the pieces excite me. The idea of what the Cavs could be excites me. So yeah, I do. I think I believe in the Cavs a little bit. I don't know. Like as I'm sitting here thinking about all of this, it's just like, what's the point? The Thunder are going to win. It's Thunder or Spurs probably. The East is sort of compelling, but I mean I don't think the Cavs have any hope of beating the Thunder. I don't think the Pistons have any hope of beating the Thunder. I guess the Celtics might, but like as you're trying to figure out where we're going with these playoffs, that's just kind of the story of this thing. Is like you said, T-Bob, all these series are great. That's awesome, except there's one team out there that's just unbeatable.
So out of the 4 possible mid-off teams that we have in the East, I don't see any one of them beating the Celtics or the Knicks.
Yeah.
Or I mean Sixers. Who knows? But it does feel like out of those 4 teams, I don't think any of those 4 teams are going to represent the East.
Yeah, I think the Cavs excite me maybe a little more than the Pistons do, but like I don't think the Cavs are going to win the NBA championship. No.
Yeah.
So and if that's the standard, then yeah, they're.
But again, we got
also-
we got to enjoy the journey. Like we said, we got a lot of close series here. I'm excited to hopefully we get a couple more close games, some buzzer beaters, really juice this thing up going into the going forward and going into the next round. Did y'all see that graphic that just got thrown up a little bit too early there? Have y'all heard about the NBA's now accepted new tanking proposals?
Yeah, they flatten the odds.
Yeah, so how it's going to work, teams 4 through 10 are all going to have an 8, or wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember here.
It's 3-2-1.
3-2-1.
Easy to remember. 3-2-1.
It is a little complicated. It is a wait, I thought it was 2-1. So I had this wrong, actually.
The loser of the 7-8 play-in game gets 1 lottery ball. And then the bottom 2 teams, I think each conference get 2 lottery balls and everybody else gets 3.
Okay, let's do this. Let's just read. Okay.
Yeah.
The 3 worst teams have 14%.
I think we've established this is the dumbest thing anyone's ever seen just by virtue of trying to explain it.
Yeah.
I really thought I had my head wrapped around this before the show. I don't know why I'm panicking and my brain is melting now.
Here we go, 16 teams. And the bottom 3 teams all get 1 lottery ball. So if you're like the worst of the worst in your conference, you just get 1 lotto ball involved.
Oh, okay. That's the so they're trying to
Sorry, you get 2.
incentivize
You get
a
2.
middle ground.
You get
can't
2 at the
fully
bottom.
tank.
Don't fully
You want to be
tank.
bad. You want to
That's
be in
right.
that 8% zone.
That's
so you want to be
right.
above the bottom 3 teams.
If you're in the bottom 3, you get 1 taken away. So you have 2 at the bottom.
That was the wrinkle that I missed. Everything I'd read in the run-up to this being passed was it was just going to be flat across the board. Okay, I don't know. It is a little overly complicated, but I see the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, they do have a problem of after the All-Star break, there are a lot of games that are meaningless and teams that are trying to lose, and you as a fan aren't sure on any given night, are both of these teams trying? Are all 10 players on the court trying? And that is a problem. That's a problem. So I guess this is going to fix that, or at least address it.
Well, you're going to have to really, okay, this is kind of fun. Let's say you are two teams that match up in the post All-Star break, and y'all are both in that relegation zone, the 5% zone, and you're playing for the 8%. You're playing for an extra chance of the one. I don't know.
I have two questions.
Yep.
Why does this seem to be so unique to the NBA when the league with the most parity in the country is the NFL, and they just worst team gets first, second worst gets second, whatever, and they have the most parity out of any professional league? And secondly, what's wrong with the proposal that I see all the time that seems to make the most sense, where once you are eliminated from playoff contention, now wins get you points toward the top pick? So if you're eliminated the earliest, you have the best chance to accrue wins from there on out, and you can get the most points.
So
that's
teams
kind
are
of
going
great. I've
to
never
tank
seen that.
early in the season.
Well, so it disincentivizes tanking.
Man.
But if you just suck, then once you're eliminated from the playoffs, you no longer have an incentive to lose.
To answer your first question, it's unique to basketball because it's the sport where one guy can just completely change.
It's a
face of your
strongling
franchise.
sport versus a weak league
The
sport.
snap of a finger, you get the best player. It's you know.
The
Get a Victor. It's a draft with like a Victor Wembanyama. You get him.
Yes.
For the next 15 years, you're set.
I know that, I think Malcolm Gladwell's written about this. That, one player on a basketball court is 20% of your guys out there. Like one player in a football field is 8, 9%.
Yeah.
With 11 out there. So yeah, it's strong link. It changes everything.
Yeah. No matter how good your quarterback is, if you don't have guys blocking for him,
Yeah.
then you don't have a good defense. Yada yada yada. So that's why. And then 82 games, it's just too long of a season. So you just have so many games you can punt on. I don't know.
Yeah, the real problem the NBA has is that by the time February rolls around, half of their entire league is just completely unwatchable. Like, you can't watch it. Even fans of the teams will watch and be like, wow, this is depressing to watch my favorite team.
You do get some crazy starting lineups, though, at times. If you've ever been a fan of a really bad team,
Yes.
just a group of players that should never be gathered together on a basketball court ever.
Yeah, some guys that play for 2 weeks during a tanking season and then never even get invited to a G League game again.
It is. I mean, it's insane. You should never turn on a sporting event at any level and wonder, are the guys I'm watching going to care?
Right. And I don't think that the guys
are the
really-
teams trying to win. That's an insane. That's an insane thing.
I think a lot of players, especially towards the end of the year, they have no real incentive to win the game. They've got incentive to fill up their own stats, try to get another contract, but they're not bought in. I don't see players going out there at the end of the season and be like, we got to get that one lotto ball. We got to get out of the relegation zone so we can draft a guy that's going to take my job.
Yeah,
the other thing, you can't really go 70% on a football field. I imagine. I don't know. I haven't played professional football.
No.
But I imagine you can't
play
really
once a week.
You
Every
can't really
play's,
jog
balls to the
through
wall.
basketball. It's easy to kind of downshift a little bit and pretend like you're going hard.
Look, if nothing else, though, at least they're trying something. Liam Blutman, our best boy, do you think Bronny calls LeBron Le Daddy? If not, what does he call LeBron? #AskWub.
Yeah, he calls him Le Daddy. Le Papa.
If you want to get your question, #AskWub, we'll get them on the show. At the end of the show, we got more Wub coming up next. What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Wake Up Barstool. Okay, it is time to continue to talk some NBA playoffs with our guy, Ian Begley, Knicks reporter. Also, check out The Putback with Ian Begley. That's on SNY Digital. It's been a great series with Hawks Knicks thus far. Ian, thank you for joining us. How are we feeling this morning, man?
Doing well, fellas. How are you?
Doing very well. So and we'll touch on the playoffs as a whole, but let's start with Hawks Knicks. And this has been a very interesting series, right? We always talk about these things being like chess moves and counter punches, and what do we do when you've had something successful? And what has changed in games 4 and 5, as you see and understand, what has changed for the New York Knicks to suddenly dominate this Atlanta Hawks team that looked to kind of have their number early on here?
Well, part of it is slowing down C.J. McConnell. 34-year-old McConnell had been torching the Knicks earlier in this series, and then what Mike Brown did is he put Josh Hart on C.J. McCollum early on, and McCollum really struggled against Hart. Hart, physical defender, gets into the ball, and he really bothered McCollum, and so they didn't neutralize him, but they certainly, cut his water off enough to really be able to slow Atlanta down. And then other end of the ball, Karl Anthony Towns, they really started to play through him games 4, and then also early on in game 5. And he's a matchup problem for the Hawks because you could put Dyson Daniels on him, which they tried, and he's just too big for Daniels. You put a traditional center on him, like a Kongwu, and he can get by a Kongwu. And so they're having a tough time with Towns. Towns is doing a great job. Game 4, early game 5, distributing the ball. So those are the two adjustments that have worked out really well for the Knicks over the last couple games.
What is it about Cat where he to me, he's a very frustrating player to watch sometimes because I feel like when he decides to, he can take over any game. Is there something that you've seen from him watching probably more games than I have over the course of his career? Is there something that gets him going early where you know, okay, it's going to be a good Cat night or a bad Cat night?
The thing I've noticed is if he sees the ball early, it seems to get him in a little bit of a rhythm. You know, earlier on this season, back in the beginning, he was saying that he has no idea what his role is in Mike Brown's new offense. And I think that over the course of the year, he's gotten comfortable. Knicks have adjusted to him. Mike Brown's offense has kind of been a little more tailored to him, parts of it. And it seems like he's fully bought into his role right now because not only is he playing well on offense, he's rebounding the ball well, and he's defending at the rim at an incredible rate. And so Towns is giving the Knicks enough on both ends, plenty on offense, enough on defense to make this a different team because when he's going, this is exactly what the Knicks envisioned when they traded for him. They sent out Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle to bring Towns in, and this is what they were hoping for. So, yeah, I think early touches help Karl Towns, but I do think that in a general sense, he's been more locked into doing what it takes to win, filling his role than he had been earlier in the season.
Speaking of Mike Brown's new offense, so you know, Knicks coaches are very often criticized or have you know are in the spotlight and get scrutinized a lot. What's the temperature reading on Mike Brown right now? As T-Bob was saying, the ebbs and flows of this series. I feel like what game was it that like they threw out the lineup that had never played before all season down the stretch, and people were killing him for that. But now you know the tide is turning a little bit. What is the temperature reading from the fan base, from guys like you that are watching every second of every game?
Well, here's the thing. The grade is incomplete for Mike Brown. And if you lose in this series, I would think that he gets fired. And that's not really a reflection on his coaching job. More so is it a reflection on the state of the Knicks. You know, they fired Tom Thibodeau last year after he led them to the conference finals for the first time in 25 years. So what they told you is, hey, it's not the players, it's the coach. We get a new coach in here, and we'll be a better team. And owner James Dolan is on record saying the expectation for this team is finals, and they should win the finals. So that's where the bar is for Mike Brown. Really difficult spot to coach in, especially when you're under a microscope in a market like this. But, you know, by and large, he's done well. 53 wins regular season. Here they are, chance to close out the Hawks in the first round in Atlanta. And so you're not going to quibble with a lot, but really we're not going to know his final grade for this year until we find out where the Knicks end up. Do they get to the finals? I think that's where you really start to learn more about Brown and his future and where he sits with everything.
That's a tough job to take. It's like chances are you're going to fail.
Sam Amick
and
wrote.
when you do, your ass is fired immediately.
It was written in The Athletic this morning that Sam Amick's hearing that, like, even if they make the finals and don't win it, Mike Brown might not actually be safe, dude.
Everyone's fired except for the guy that wins.
I think the Knicks should try having no coach one year. Let's try that.
Or like,
See how that goes.
Okay, so
it's like all the fans vote on what to run at any time, and like big data accrues that and feeds it to them on the court.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, we got to use AI, guys. We got to get AI involved here.
I do know some Knicks fans that have said that this Knicks team was designed and engineered and assembled specifically to beat the Boston Celtics with one opponent in mind. The problem with that is sometimes you have to play other teams besides the Boston Celtics before you get to play the Boston Celtics. Keeping that in mind, it looks like things have turned around a little bit. I don't want to say they're going to win this series. Anything could happen. But if they do get lucky enough to advance, and if they do play against the Boston Celtics, would you agree with that assessment that this team would be designed in their makeup to compete effectively against the Celtics?
Yeah, that was certainly a consideration when you're putting the team together because you look at what you have in OG Anunoby, a player you traded for, a player you re-signed to a $200+ million contract, and then Mikal Bridges, player you traded 5 first-round picks for, and you extended. And so the two wings there, I think the idea was, yes, all teams around the league have good wings, but in particular, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown in Boston, it gives you a chance against those guys. And you saw last year with the Knicks, coming from behind 20-point deficits in the first two games in Boston. I think they snuck up on the Celtics a little bit based on those first two games, and they were able to take the series. I'm sure Boston will be out for revenge. Jaylen Brown's talked about wanting to see the Knicks again, so they're not going to take the Knicks lightly this time. But certainly the roster construction here, you look at Bridges and you look at Anunoby, and they were thinking about Boston in those two moves in particular.
Mm-hmm. Ian, let's look at the tournament as a whole here. On the East, all roads seemingly lead through Boston. For the tournament as a whole, it is, the Thunder are the overwhelming presence. So outside of OKC, who is your most realistic final champs? Is it the Spurs or maybe somewhere else?
I want to go San Antonio, but they're so young. NBA history tells you that a team like that has to go through it a little bit together before they can get to the top of the mountain. So if you're taking OKC out of the equation, I think I would go Boston. And that's crazy to say because this is a gap year for them. And this is not where they were supposed to be. But this team has won together. They know how to play with each other. And they have the two Jays back. So I just think that if you're taking OKC out of the equation, the team that I would say most likely would be Boston.
Yeah.
It's a wide open thing though when you take the Thunder out of there because there are so many teams that could sneak in. But I think I feel good about saying the Celtics.
And then out of the West, I had a question for you about the Nuggets and the Wolves.
Yeah.
So everyone expected the Nuggets to handle the Timberwolves going into this series. Things haven't gone according to plan for either team. Now with the Wolves being so banged up, and the Nuggets still not looking that great, even against a banged up Wolves team. Do you see it? Is there a realistic chance? Would you put money, hard-earned cash, on the Nuggets coming back and taking this to 7 and advancing?
Now, am I single or do I have a family?
Single.
You have a family.
We're talking single, Ian.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Sorry, I just stole your family. Yeah. You have a secret family, but your main life is single. Yeah.
I'm letting it ride. I would go. Yeah, you're saying Nuggets in 7?
Yeah.
I would let it ride because I think they steady the ship, and then the talent gap ultimately becomes too much here. It's unfortunate for the Timberwolves, the way these injuries are happening when they are. But I do think, Jokic and his group, they kind of settle the gym a little bit and they figure it out. So, yeah, I would let it ride. Single me.
All right,
let it ride on Denver.
I think they have to win, dude. I think it is an abject disaster if the Nuggets don't come back from this.
Yep.
Ian, cannot thank you enough, man, for waking up with us this morning. Ian Begley, go check him out on the putback again. That you can find that at SNY Digital. Best of luck tonight. Enjoy it, man. It's going to be a ton of fun. Maybe the Knicks advance.
Appreciate you guys. Take care.
All right, let's go.
Coming up next, it's time to once again, not nubile, Big T. We're going to go to our youngest and most curious minds. PFT keeps a barn full of third graders that love sports that ask us questions every Thursday. Let's check in with the youth next.
I believe the children are our future.
We
Youth of the nation.
The week of
Yeah.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, guys. Mark Titus has a fun geographical fact of
I
the day.
don't know if it's a fact. Now you have me second guessing.
Let's
I
go.
just read that
Hit it with it.
Atlanta is closer to Canada than it is to Miami.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
The city of Atlanta.
As the crow flies.
As the crow flies, if you're in Atlanta, if you're a crow in Atlanta and you're like, I would like to, you know what I'm jonesing for, Canada or Miami? I just can't decide which. I'm just going to go to the one that's closest.
Well, if you're a crow in
You would
Atlanta,
fly to-
it's like if it's the winter, then you go to Miami.
Right.
If it's the summer, you go to.
But the flight to Canada would be shorter
Yeah.
than it would be to Miami.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You said
that is
Atlanta
crazy.
is
I love
further
that.
might have
west
seen it
than
on, like, a
Detroit,
s-
Michigan is.
See, those are the ones that
Further
always
west
blow my
than
mind,
Detroit.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Atlanta might not exist. It just, I don't know. Something's going on. Let's look into that, Big T.
I'll after I figure out what's going on with St. Louis. I'll
Okay.
go on it.
All right.
All right, guys. So every single Thursday, PFT he taps into the third grade pipeline. They ask us sports questions. They're very curious. They love ball, and we answer. Let's see what the third graders have for us this week.
Well, the producers just said in our ears that ChatGPT is telling us that Atlanta is much closer to Miami.
ChatGPT needs to drink more Snapple.
Maybe to
drink
try.
more Snapple.
You have to ask like Toronto. You gotta be like specific. All right, from a third grader. It's from Willie from Saskatoon, Canada. Hey Willie, is there too much stuff on the ice at hockey games? I think I know what Willie's getting at, and I think I might agree with him. This might be me getting old. There are too many advertisements on the ice during hockey games now.
Really?
We've got 4 different ones around center ice. We've got 2 behind the net. We've got 1 at the blue line, maybe sometimes 2 at the blue line. It's hard to, that to me is the hardest part about watching hockey. Hardest part about watching playoff hockey is just logos everywhere. And this, again, might be me getting old, but I went over to Europe over Christmas break.
Wow.
I went to the soccer stadium in Madrid.
Oh, that's sick.
They spent like $2 billion on this place.
Yeah, it's got like the underground field.
Yeah,
where
that
like
one.
they like grow it like a hydroponic chamber underneath the earth.
You can't see a logo in the stadium. There's no advertising anywhere, and it's beautiful. You don't realize how nice it is until you see something with all that stripped away. I understand hockey has to make money. I get it. I'm just saying there's too much of it. There's too much on the ice.
I think that it's a sad sign of how desensitized I've become that hasn't jumped out to me actually.
Yeah.
I'm like I see it and I see a jersey patch, I see whatever, and it just goes in one ear and out the other. They've won. They've broken me. I will say this though, because we haven't talked any hockey yet today. NHL playoffs, and again, everybody wants to make NHL. I don't care about like sport for sport, but it's been pretty objectively awesome.
It's
really good. It's good every year.
10 nights in a row of overtime games. I mean, the Golden Knights game last night, Knights, Mammoth, kind of a shared fan base in some ways there. Mammoth, it's tied 2-2. The series is, they're on the edge of winning. Knights empty the net, less than a minute ago, they tie it, they force OT, double OT.
Yeah.
Brett Howden scores a game winner in double OT to take a 3-2 series lead. He did the exact same thing last year on this exact same date. Scored an OT game winner to take a 3-2 series lead.
It's good.
Flyers Penguins was awesome.
Yep, it looked like Penguins had it for a little bit.
The little ting, I love that sound. I love when it hits the post and it goes, ting.
Shout out to all the puckheads.
We got to have a good debate of the parallax angles with Ryan Whitney the other day. So there was that goal in the Edmonton game where we weren't really sure because we couldn't see the whole puck cross the line.
Yeah.
Was that a goal? Was that not a goal? I want to just apologize to America. I got Ryan Whitney fired up about physics and geometry, and I should not have introduced those concepts to his brain.
The Chicklets guys, that's very highbrow. That's a little macro dosing.
Well, because like in hockey, it does matter when you look at the replay. It matters where the camera is, if you see the whole puck go over the line or not.
Definitely.
Because the line on the ice is underneath about an inch of ice. So there's optical illusions that come into play depending on where the camera is. I tried to explain that to Whit the other day, and he got fired. Basically, he thought I was telling him that the Oilers actually won that game and that they could appeal that to the NHL, and by the laws of physics, they had to overturn it. I did not share with him the fact that the camera was behind the crossbar. Actually, it weakened his case, not strengthened it.
I do feel a little bad because we acted like it was all incredibly obvious it was in, but I did see like an AI tracking breakdown of the exact side of the puck, speed, physics, all that. And I think it only crossed by like a few millimeters, is what they said. It did cross.
At least they got the screenshots. If you lose a game, at least you should
always have the screenshot.
You should have a screenshot that you can point at and argue about for years, so you don't feel like you actually lost.
Roger G.
Oh, Roger G in New York City. Rank the mascots in terms of who you would be most pissed to find in bed with your girl.
Ooh.
Okay, now there was a picture that came out yesterday. The Mascot Summit.
Oh, look at this,
yesterday.
dude.
So
Forget about the coach's blog.
Yeah, all the mascots got together. I've got a 1-1. I've got the
I think
worst.
there's an obvious.
My obvious 1-1 is Jackson DeVille.
Oh, no.
The Jaguar. Look at him.
Look at that.
Jackson DeVille, top right-hand corner. I love the guy.
Oh, wait, who's the bottom left? I thought that was.
Oh, it's T-Rack.
Who's T-Rack?
That's the raccoon? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's T-Rack, the Titans mascot.
The one with the tongue out.
Wait,
I thought that was the
there
Jackson.
is no way that I've lived my entire life and not realized the Tennessee Titans have a raccoon mascot.
Shout out T-Rack.
What? Why?
Is that new?
No.
T-Rack? How long has T-Rack been a thing?
As long as I've lived in Nashville, which was 15 years ago.
Does he have like a trash can that he jumps out of?
No, he's just kind of there. It's T-Rack.
So I was just looking at Jackson DeVille and I was like, that's a mascot.
He's too cool.
He's got a pineapple out in the living room. It's not just Jackson DeVille that's in bed. It's going to be several of his friends.
Dude, I think
that guy's
the Colts,
a swinger.
The Colts mascot would make me sick. I mean, like, look at that goofy ass face.
Blooper.
Like, if you're girls, yeah.
Not blooper blue. Yeah.
He also like thrusts his hips. He does that move. You know?
He always does.
And then he's got the freaking like the nostrils that like pop out and do that.
Mine that was obvious
great.
was, and I guess yours falls under this category too. It's also horse. Who's the Denver? What's his name?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a slick looking horse.
Yeah, he's got a look in his eye.
You don't want a horse in your bed.
And I can't. We can't. We're on television, but
You can extrapolate.
That feels obvious.
The Bucks mascot just looks venereal disease. It'd just be nasty. I also, honestly, PFT, I wouldn't love seeing that pig in my bed.
Oh, the hog?
Yeah.
Hog
Major
reveal?
Tutty.
That's Major Tutty.
I wouldn't love seeing Major
Major
Tutty.
Tutty's got a major boner.
Denver horse got a look in his eye like this has been going on for years. Actually.
Yeah.
Like you catch him and he's like, oh, you think this is bad? You should have seen what I did.
So
to him
You
3
like
years
walk.
ago."
You walk into the bedroom and you can see just Casey Wolf just pop his head up, like real tall,
How
and look
many
at
of
you.
these do you know the name?
Let's
Almost
see.
none.
Okay,
Zero.
Major Tutty. I'm gonna guess Rocky for the Broncos horse. That might be wrong. Sourdough
Miles.
Sam. Miles.
Miles.
Sourdough Sam is
49ers.
49ers one. Casey Wolf. Blue, I think, is the Colts.
Yeah.
Ragnar is the real mascot of the Vikings. I don't know who that fraud is, that imposter. Jackson DeVille, I believe that's Poe in the bottom right, the Ravens. Who is?
Falcons?
I know Falcons, I think.
No, I don't know the Falcons.
Freddie.
That's Freddie.
Freddie
the Falcon.
Falcon.
Freddie the Falcon.
That's Toro the Bull, I think. What is the Philadelphia Eagle? Is he Screech?
That sounds no.
Screech is the
that's
Nationals. The Washington Nationals, yeah. I don't know the Eagle. Off the top of my head, I'm sorry to say. And then
I'm an idiot.
And then T-Rack.
I said Bucks. That's the Niners guy. That's what I was talking about. The old prospector.
Speaking of mascots, did you see what the Denver Nuggets mascot did the other night?
Incredible.
That's the
Amazing.
that's the story of the NBA playoffs.
I assumed it was fake.
That was the story of the NBA playoffs. to me.
That's
why,
Rocky.
like T-Bob, every time you turn to me and you're like, let's talk NBA playoffs, I keep waiting for you to be like, did you see what the Nuggets mascot did the other night?
Yeah, that's
Wait,
the
how
Rocky
did-
one.
I
His
have
name's
a
Rocky.
tape.
How did we-
And
how did
He
we-
was on 3 ladders.
How did we not play this?
I have a tape.
Yeah.
It's the most insane thing I've seen on a basketball court.
Tell me if this makes sense. I think that's easier than doing it from the floor.
No.
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 No, what?
Because you don't have to throw it as far. You can
No.
hone it
There's
in.
no way. Look at this, T.
This is outrageous.
There's no way. This is.
So, a couple notes. So I made a big deal about this on Mostly Sports. My wife is from Colorado, and she's a Nuggets fan, and I thought this was like a special occasion. I thought this was like this is the biggest deal in the world. Apparently, he does this fairly often.
Yeah.
And this
And he
isn't-
makes it
This
fairly
isn't
often?
a halftime show. If you notice, like behind the ladder, you can see like the teams are like in the huddle. This is just in between quarters. This is just like a random like, oh, we got a couple minutes to kill. Why don't we just bring out Rocky, have him climb the ladder that's on top of the other ladder, throw the ball over his head from half court, and swish it. I pointed this out too. Braylon Molin's shot to beat Duke was the greatest swish of all time. It's already been supplanted by Rocky. This swish. Watch how this ball goes in. The net explodes into a million pieces.
That's it. That
It's just-
boggles the mind.
I'll give Big T this one point. It's easier to hit a 6 swish like that from that angle. The swish is
Yeah.
amplified.
Yeah.
But no, to hit that
Well, the
shot,
ball's reaching terminal velocity.
Not saying
Right.
it's easy to
Right.
do.
You have to, first of all, Big T, you have to climb to the top of the ladder. You have to stay balanced on top of said ladder, then shoot while staying balanced on the ladder.
He's got a
You got a
massive,
giant head on
giant
you.
head.
And he would have all of these standing on the floor, but he'd have to hoist it more.
No.
No, I don't think so. I think
This is-
Yeah,
this
no,
is
I
super
think-
Because how do you
impressive.
practice? What about this? So I haven't been to an NBA game in a minute here, the Pelicans never had this, but like growing up, you always had your traditional mascot, and then you had like Skyhawk,
Yeah.
Big T, like who would come out.
and Skyhawk.
Yeah, and then Skyhawk would do like crazy trampoline dunks.
Yeah.
Do we still have the extreme sports mascot, or are we kind of
They're one of the same, I
have
think.
we sunsetted those?
Well, I think the Phoenix Suns gorilla might have been one of the first ones.
Yeah,
to
he
be
was doing
both.
the OGs. Yeah,
He was like
awesome.
he was
both
of them.
Yeah, he was.
And then every team was like, I want the gorilla.
but they couldn't get rid of their old
Rocky.
Yeah,
is
the
that
Rock-
way.
yeah.
The Pacers mascot's that way. Boomer is.
We still have the BYU mascot. Cosmo's always doing insane stuff. All right, what do we got next? Questions?
This is from Eldrick from Jupiter, Florida. Why didn't I was just talking to the president work? It's a great point from Eldrick. And of course he's referencing Tiger Woods.
We have the video.
We have the video when he was on the phone with the president as he was getting arrested for DUI. I was thinking about this last night. I was up late and I was thinking to myself, what? That cop should be embarrassed. That's the best pickup line you can ever use on a cop.
Yeah,
I was just talking to the president.
Let's watch this video real quick. So this is post Tiger Woods accident, and this is what it sounded like.
Mr. Woods. Get you to hang out down here with us, please.
Thank you so much. All right, you got it. All right, thank you. Bye. Say again?
Just keep you down here with us, please.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president.
I could watch that 500 more times, and when he does I'd still laugh.
And the way that he was getting off the phone with him, he wanted the cop to hear how he was saying. He's like, "Yep,
Very chill.
okay, yep, that works." See,
Very casual.
that is the best pickup line you can use on a cop, and it didn't work.
It didn't work. I mean, what hope do the rest of us have if Tiger Woods saying I was just talking to the president doesn't work?
Right, we're screwed.
You're done. You're not getting out of that ticket.
Yeah.
Average Joe like you and me. I guess I'll just go back to crying.
I thought I was slick when I used to drive back from college to Georgia. When I was going through Louisiana, I'd wear my national championship rings. I'd take them off in Alabama and then put them back on once I left the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
It worked once.
Really?
Yeah.
I used one time, I was in Ohio driving, and I got caught for speeding, and the guy looked at my license, and I had an Indiana license when I was in college because I just didn't get a new one. And the guy was like, "Indiana, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. Racing's just in my blood, I guess." I don't know why that came to me. I just said it. And it worked. I don't know. It actually worked.
That's a really good line.
I was like, yeah, man. Sorry for speeding. I guess racing's in my blood. Can't believe it worked, but
You know what? Yeah.
you'll say the wildest things when you're
Get out of here, kid.
Yeah.
My current YouTube kick is the Pinal County, Arizona Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit.
What?
Deputy Frank Slope. He videos all of his traffic stops, and I just watch all of them.
Shout out.
YouTube is it's unbelievable.
Yeah, one time I said, yeah, I'm gonna go vote. That was what I was doing.
It's gonna vote.
Because I was
Going
in
to do my
college.
civic duty.
I was in college. I was driving back to Northern Virginia. I got pulled over. I was just really excited about democracy.
to the
sir.
polls.
About democracy. And then I think he looked at like the car I was driving, and he tried to do the calculation in my head of who I was going to vote for.
yeah.
And then he came back. He's like, "That'll be a ticket. I'm gonna write you a ticket." Yeah.
Deputy Frank Slope has 430,000 YouTube
No,
subscribers.
he's the man.
What is it? He just pulls people
We
over?
commit our entire lives
just
to
posts-
trying to do this job, trying to be successful on YouTube.
Yeah.
And Frank
You
Slope's
don't
just smashing
listen. With all
us.
due respect, you do a great job. You don't have an ounce. You don't have an ounce of what Deputy Frank has.
That's obviously not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like what's his thing? What's his charisma?
He just pulls people over. He walks up. He
charismatic.
says, "I'm Deputy Slope with the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit, and the reason I stopped you today is you were going 85 and a 50. That's a criminal amount of speed." And then he writes him a ticket.
What sets him apart from the other cops? Does he have like
That sounds pretty standard. Yeah.
He's really cool.
Okay. What Deputy Frank comes up?
So when he comes up, he's like,
We
"Yo,
got to
so
get Deputy Frank Slope on Wake Up
I
Barstool
would,
next
he
Thursday.
taps on your window and he goes,
I
"Yo."
would die to get Deputy Frank.
Yo, so check this out." Pulls his
But then he comes
sunglasses
back,
down.
and sometimes there'll be a
Check it out.
particularly combative individual. He'll come back to the car with his videographer, and he'll just go, "I can't do this shit."
What if Deputy Frank came up to you and you're like, "What's the charge, Deputy Frank?" And he was like, "You played Pink Pony Club."
All right, come on.
I would watch Frank the Tank as a cop YouTube videos all day long.
NYPD ride-alongs.
Yeah.
Coming up next, guys, we got some NCAA tournament news that I'm sure Big T is going to be super fired up for here. Expansion, baby. It's all happening, okay? And it's next here on Wake Up Barstool.
Thank you so much. All right, you got it. All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, thank you, bye.
Say again?
Just keep you down here with us, please.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president.
Say again? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. It was
no,
2
we're
minutes.
not
You're
on
good.
yet.
You're
We're not
good.
on yet.
No, you're good. You're
That
good.
was not 2 minutes.
And we're back.
Mark was taking a
Perfect
poop.
timing.
He was pooping.
So before we get into NCAA tournament expansion, know you're excited, Big T.
I love it.
We're going to get to the bottom of this Atlanta, Miami, Canada debacle here. At least I've been told we are. So
Vindicated.
Vindicated. There it is.
Yeah. Right there.
See,
As
this
the-
is
as
why
the
you
crow
got to be
flies.
worried about Chat
This is-
GPT, dude.
Exactly. AI it should not be a threat. This
No,
is
It'll tell you
No,
what
wait,
you
wait.
want to hear, not what you need to
So
hear.
it looks like the source we were using ChatGPT earlier that
Yeah.
told us it was closer. This appears to be lines that are drawn on
That's right.
an Instagram caption.
we
That's right.
just needed MS
That's
Paint.
right. That's all we needed.
Yeah, so this is kids, if you're doing a report at home, you need to be able to recognize an accurate source like this.
I'm a little shocked that that's Canada right there.
We know you are.
Yeah.
That's
We
really,
got to get a map in here.
Did you know
Bob
that
needs to have a
Detroit
map.
is almost in Canada?
No, I mean, look at the map now.
Yeah,
I do.
but did you know that?
No. Look how, Canada, is that territorial expansion? They're kind of moving in on us
No,
a
that's
little bit
that's
there.
kind of where Toronto is, and the capital is close by there.
No chance you know what province that is.
Is that that's like a state. Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he hadn't said Toronto, you wouldn't have known that.
Oh, is it actually Ontario? I thought Ontario was a city. So that's
Sure,
another
right.
big win. We're learning a lot today. Let's freaking go.
Ontario
dude.
is like the Louisiana of Canada.
Yeah.
I love
it's
Ontario.
it's the boot that goes down there.
Toronto
Yeah.
is to Baton Rouge as Ontario is to Louisiana.
Okay, that makes sense. I did SAT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I did SAT.
That's what people
Yeah.
who scored well on it say.
Yeah,
I did SAT.
yeah. During the national championship game.
Hey,
I'm sorry, that was mean.
I got
That
over
was
at
mean.
1200.
That was mean. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, T-Bob.
dude.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was mean.
Okay.
I can't laugh.
Speaking
Like,
of,
I didn't play. I played.
Not allowed to
I
laugh
played
at that.
club
Actually,
rugby.
I'm
in
not allowed
college.
to laugh at
I
that.
wasn't good enough to play football. You played football. You're much better at sports than I am. That was mean. I'm sorry.
Mark, I clubbed Trillion my natty. I never thought about that. I
You got in though.
No, actually, no. No, you're right. No, I didn't. I didn't. So I
Well,
did
we
a
have that in
Trillion.
common.
I did a Trillion.
I
yeah.
also had the best seat in the house for Natty.
Look at us, dude.
But
Look
we
at
didn't
us.
win. You at least won, right?
No. Well, yes, the first time around when I was redshirted, not when I was a senior.
Oh,
That's when we
okay.
lost 21. Nothing. Anyway,
That game stunk.
it did suck. It did suck. We
Because
should've
he didn't
just-
play. If he was in,
And you know
it
what
would've gone
no
down
one
different.
talks
Hey, well, I played in the first one. We won 9-6.
And the first one
Okay.
stunk too.
No, it didn't. It
Yes,
was a
it
great
did.
game. Game of the century. Over 20 million people watched Big T.
I know. I was
Awesome.
one of them. The game sucked.
Now, real ball knowers know that was two Titans.
That was
battling.
real football.
Yeah, real football.
When men were men.
Yeah, Big T is this new splashy
and
lib
people
crap.
had
Yeah.
Bush, and you were like 8. How old were you then?
That was 2012.
Yeah, 2011.
I was 14.
There you go. Anyway, guys. Anyway, speaking of territorial expansion, the NCAA, Big T. How about it? It finally happened. We've been talking about the NCAA.
They
has
said we're going to let everybody in.
expanded to 76 teams. Put up the graphic that we had on the other day that shows what it would have looked like this year. Look, we touched on it yesterday, but nobody wants this. Nobody wants this.
Perverse. It's disgusting.
But it makes money.
Appalled.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. Who out there does want this?
Charlie Baker.
Moneyed interests. Yes.
And so who would the moneyed interest be? It would be the conferences,
Conferences.
schools.
Yeah.
Okay.
television,
Also the coaches who
television
want to say I
networks.
made the tournament, like the
Yes.
Stephen Pearls
Yeah,
of the world.
like Arizona State wants this. Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they actually want it? I know the coaches do, obviously, because it's good for them if they make it. But like, I know the conferences want it. I know the NCAA wants it. I know the TV networks want it.
You
but
just described everyone
Everybody,
involved
yeah.
in the institutions that I just named.
okay. Well, I guess
The schools, the coaches, the conferences, the TV partners.
It's like politics. The special interests want it.
my point
the
is
people do not.
There's probably less than 1,000 people,
Yes.
actual people,
Yes.
that want this. In the entire, I'll
Versus the
It's more
millions
than
of
1,000,
fans.
I'll
but
even
it's
give you
not-
5,000.
It's not a lot.
I'll even
yeah.
give you 5,000. There might be 5,000 people in the country that want this.
Yeah.
And then there's 300 million people that don't. And
Yeah,
that's
I think
I
that's
agree
I think
with
that's
you.
a fair split.
and that
yeah.
stinks.
Yeah.
But that is
It's terrible.
politics.
Yeah.
Like that is
It is.
that is exactly how our country
and you
works.
know what's going to happen, PFT?
What?
And this is what T-Bob does. One of these teams is going to go to the Sweet 16 at some point because that's the way it works. Eventually, something's going to happen and some team's going to go on a run. And they're going to say, see, told you these teams needed to be in the tournament. And that's what these people do with college football. And that's why sports are ruined.
They're not stopping at 76. They are not stopping.
Hell
They're
no.
stopping right now
Why?
at 76. But it's the problem is for most people, the only college basketball that matters is the NCAA tournament. That's the thing that makes all the money. So the powers that be are like, why don't we make the whole thing out of the NCAA tournament? And I really think that like if you just like, you know, create your little petri dish and put your bacteria in it and then let it sit under the sunlight, and that is what college basketball is, and you just step back, I really think there might be a world where the entire season is just the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Like in enough time. Given enough time,
They'll get there,
I think we might get to a point where the tournament starts in like January and there are 400 teams in it.
It's
crazy.
It's going to be good for some coaches that have terrible years, objectively bad years, with what they thought was going to be a good roster, and then they luck their way into some little play-in game. They win like maybe 2 or 3 games in the new expanded tournament, and then their team's like, well, we can't fire this guy. He just won 3 tournament games.
Yeah, to extend life. Now,
Yeah.
do you think Stephen Pearl would have rather this than cut down the nets of the NIT? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you'd rather be
they
in.
did get
Yeah.
to cut down the
Yeah,
nets.
They did.
Cut down nets.
the NIT is dead.
How much
what-
do they have to expand the NCAA tournament before you'd no longer rather lose in the first round than win the NIT?
I think you're always going to want to be in it.
Even if it's 128 teams?
Yeah, because then the NIT, the prestige of the NIT just keeps going down and down as you expand the
Here's
NCAA tournament
okay.
field
So
like
here's
you know?
the sickest part of it all, though. You love college basketball. You love college basketball. Like everybody. Like,
Don't say something stupid.
are we still gonna watch?
Watch, yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
a choice. Will I enjoy it?
Which is,
no.
but like that's why they win, though.
Yeah.
Because they've weaponized our
Yeah, that's the
own
point, yeah,
ball
yeah.
hunger against
Yeah.
us.
Well, yeah, I have to watch, but
I don't. But it hurts. Like it
Yeah.
pisses me off. And look, it makes like it was kind of exciting. It's exciting watching Auburn playing games that's going to decide their fate. Or, oh my God, Indiana gets blown out in the Big Ten tournament with Northwestern. They're now done. Like,
conference tournaments don't matter anymore.
At all.
They're absolutely at the highest level. I mean, like obviously the smaller school, the smaller conferences they matter is for the automatic bids. At the power conference tournaments do not matter at all. Get them out of here. You know,
it's the same thing that you're seeing in football. I mean, they're talking about canceling conference championships.
It's crazy. And I like conference tournament. I thought I don't know. College basketball to me was perfect. I know like most people just tune in for March Madness, but like there was like a rhythm to it. The non-conference and feast week, and then we spill into conference season and upsets start happening. And just when you get tired of like kind of seeing the same matchups over and over in conference play, then the calendar's turning to March. We get the conference tournament. People are desperate to get their bids. Selection. I don't know. Just the cadence of the season was so perfect. But now bloated conferences have rendered the regular season conference championships meaningless because of imbalanced scheduling. You used to have tight conferences. You play everybody twice. It's balanced scheduling. If you win your regular season conference championship, it means something. That's thrown out the window. Now conference tournaments don't matter. Throw it out the window because like the teams that are trying to get in the NCAA tournament, guess what? Everybody's going to get in the NCAA tournament. So the only thing that's going to matter is March Madness. Yeah. Which, you know, is awesome. But at the same time, like when one of the things from this that I don't see anybody really talking about, what about guys like us that fill out the brackets? What about when the bracket comes out and we don't know the matchups yet because we got the play-in, we have so many play-in matchups that we have to get through to then get to the actual matchups.
Good point.
And a lot of people just like I assume you guys are the same way. I'm this way, is when the bracket comes out and you're filling it out, you just do the play-in winner counts as one team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just do that as counts as one team. Now we have to do that 1,000 times because there are 1,000 playing games.
Also, when are they
it's just
playing these games?
It's
Monday?
all so
Tuesday?
stupid. It's so stupid.
So you'd be limiting your window for filling out a true bracket
Right.
until Thursday morning. You'd have like
You have like an 8-hour
8-hour
period.
window in which you can do a bracket, like an official bracket. Which, Titus, that's actually a great point.
It's going to
Because
ruin the bracket experience, filling out the bracket.
Because to most people, I think the most important part of March Madness is the bracket. The bracket is, and it's why 64 teams was perfect, right? It was perfect. It was even. It was great. It was wonderful. You had your 4 regions. Didn't have to worry about like circling a group of 2 to advance. And now with this, you're going to have 8 hours to fill out a true bracket, And I think that's bad for the sport. Also, it dawned on me that like between complaining about like too many brands on the court or in the rink in hockey and the tournament expansion, like maybe everything was just perfect in the world when we were in high school and middle school. When we didn't have to.
2011, before they put Missouri and Texas A&M in the SEC, that's when everything went bad.
Yeah, well, I think it's no coincidence that like everybody says that the world was perfect when they didn't have any responsibilities at all. Like back when all I had to worry about.
Hold on, you're
was,
not
like,
saying that we're just getting old.
Yeah.
You?
Back when I used to only worry about like going to class and half paying attention and watching sports on TV in the afternoon and going to sports practice. That's when life was great. Yeah, no duh.
And so what you're telling me now is this next generation is going to grow up celebrating 72 teams.
This is just the perfect college basketball.
76.
I think you're right. I'm sick of all of these people that are just so beholden to money and so beholden to their sponsorships and all that stuff. I'll tell
advertising.
Throw it to commercial. I'll talk more about it after the break.
I hate.
I have more to say after.
Right after the advertisements. Coming up next, more Wake Up Barstool guys. Let's look at some of these NFL free agents. We're going to play a little game here. Starter, backup, or content creator. Coming up next here on WUB. Welcome back to WUB, guys. Remember, get your questions in. Hashtag AskWUB. We'll get to them at the end of the show. You can ask us anything, and we'll dive in. Right now, PFT.
Yep.
It's time to talk a little NFL free agency.
Love it.
There's some big names. Like, I was kind of shocked to see some of the names out there. Now, maybe this is because, and I've heard you talk about this in the past, that changing your opinion on guys, on teams, can be like turning a tanker, right? Like, it takes like it's hard to switch on a dime. So maybe a lot of these guys suck, but they're still interesting names. So we're going to play a
lot
game.
of guys out there were just like, I can fix him.
Well, yeah, exactly. So,
Fix that guy.
starter, backup, or content creator. Let's start with Deebo Samuel.
Okay, Deebo, listen. I thought he had a good season last year. Very dynamic with the ball in his hand. I like him. What are you smirking about, T-Bob? You got a smirk on your face.
No, because that's how I feel about Deebo Samuel.
Okay, good.
But he didn't play football last year, right? Or
Deebo, yeah, he was a commander.
Oh, I'm thinking of Brandon Ayuk. Excuse me. I was thinking of Brandon Ayuk. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I got my wide receivers.
Yeah, both 49ers guys, and in fact, you can take any 49ers receiver.
Yeah, Deebo could still play. That's why
you can pencil in an ex-49ers receiver to the Commanders also this offseason. But Deebo can still play. He was good last year. One of the only shining points of our offense. Very good with the ball in his hands. He can play. He's a starter. Deebo's a starter.
That's why
Not
Caleb
fat.
Chason took significantly less money.
Yeah.
From Washington when he had a better offer from New Orleans who wanted to play for contenders because of Deebo Samuel.
He's not fat, by the way. Everyone said last offseason Deebo's fat. He's going back to his college. He's a wide back.
He's just thick.
He calls himself a wide back.
Juwan Jennings.
I don't
Starter.
know. What'd you say?
Starter.
You think starter?
I can't believe he's still unsigned.
Yeah.
How? He's a beast.
He is. He's also, I think, maybe the least liked guy in the NFL. He got into fights with everybody
There's
last
no
year.
chance that's true.
He got into fights with everyone.
Chauncey
Yeah,
Gardner
he's a
Johnson
dog.
exists. I love Chauncey
True,
Gardner.
yeah,
When
good
he's on
point.
your team, like,
Good
you
point.
love him, but
Yeah.
dude is a menace.
This is a guy that is probably also going to be a commander because he was a 49er and he has ties to Adam Peters. So we can just pencil him in to come to DC. That's how it works now.
He's a monster.
Okay.
Is that the actual top of his hair there? Is it the graphic
Yeah.
being cut off? No, that's how hard line the top is.
I think so.
Shout out Juwan Jennings. Tyreek Hill. Big name.
Now, when you say content, what type of content are we talking about here? There's a few different types that he's expressed interest in.
Yeah, look, I think content is content.
Okay,
I think Tyreek Hill's a content creator
content creator.
at this point.
Content that cannot be played on federal airwaves.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yeah. He's got
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Little shout out to his Dolphin background there.
Yeah, he's still really fast when he's healthy, so I'm sure he'll find a spot next year. But it was like Tyreek Hill Mad Lib headline week after week, where it's like, oh, Tyreek Hill arrested for speeding on way to practice. Just one thing after another with the guy. So I think he'll probably try to extend his career a little bit, but then afterwards he's got We'll be seeing him on the dark web.
Stephon Diggs, still available. Like, again, another Mad Lib headline kind of guy.
Yeah.
But, like, coaches generally don't care. And, like, Diggs was good last year.
Yeah.
Still starter.
It was. I'm going to say he's not going to be a backup. We can say that, right? Like,
Yeah, no,
guys
no
like
chance.
Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, they're either going to be a starter or they're going to be doing their own thing. I think he's going to play this year. I think some team will sign him to be a starter. Yep.
Big T? Where
Yeah.
are you at on Diggs?
I'd like him on the Falcons.
I was going to say, maybe, yeah. Okay, Keenan Allen.
I mean, he's just going to go back to the Chargers, right? Like, eventually.
I thought he was still on the Chargers.
Yeah,
I think Keenan Allen's been
yeah.
on the Chargers forever. I just didn't even realize
old
anything
is
else would
he?
ever happen.
I think he's one of those guys that he might not be as old as.
So
you
I
think.
was going to say, you could tell me he's 37 and I'd believe it. You could tell me he's 31 and I'd believe it.
Yeah,
34. He split the gap.
Yeah, I have no idea how old he is.
He's been banged up a lot. I think eventually he'll be back with the Chargers, maybe in a backup role or number 3 receiver, which is, I guess, kind of a starter now. But yeah, I think he's got one more year in him.
The next guy may be the most content-coded guy on the list, David Njoku.
Okay.
Walking around at last year's Super Bowl in New Orleans, excuse me.
Yeah.
So a little bit. No shirt,
Yeah.
like bathing suit on, sandals on. He's got the crazy hair. Is he still a starter?
I remember
backup?
him standing out in Hard Knocks when I watched
Yeah.
that one year with the Browns. I don't remember why.
Because he was the only guy that like looked like a football player,
It
probably.
might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I watched Hard Knocks, I was like, I kind of like that guy.
I think he's a starter still.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is maybe the last year where he's going to be like a number 1 tight end, and then I don't know if he's going to want to be relegated at all, but yeah, I think he could still play a little bit. It is kind of shocking to see the names that are still out there as a free
So
agent.
that's what I was going to say.
Because after the draft, there's usually that second wave of free agent signings after everyone figures out what they're going to do, the additions they're going to make, and now these guys are out there. I think out of all the guys you listed, if you were to say like which guy is going to have the best year next year, Big T might be right. It might be Juwan Jennings.
He puts up numbers in a system where he wasn't like ever the top option.
Yeah.
Well,
He's a
look,
monster.
we're going to round through the rest of the list here, and I think what you're going to see is most of these guys kind of fall into what Big T's are like, yeah, I'd take him.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner.
He's old, but he's still the brain works.
Matt
It's always the
Milano.
last to go.
Well, full disclosure, I don't know Matt Milano. I should.
Matt
Bad football knowledge.
Matt Milano, Bills linebacker. He gets injured for like the second half of every season. I think they should just start him like the Bills should re-sign him and starting him week 10.
Okay, yeah.
And that way
makes
you
sense.
should get like the rest of the season out of him.
University of Oregon, I believe.
We'll go through 4 ends here. Joey Bosa, Von Miller, Cam Jordan, Hassan Reddick.
Okay, Joey Bosa, maybe content creator.
Content.
Joey Bosa.
What kind?
InfoWars just got sold, so I'm not sure anymore.
I think AlexJones.com may be starting now, though.
No, I think he can play. He'll play. He'll play one more season. And so Joey Bosa, who else?
Von Miller,
Von
still
Miller.
out there. I feel like why not
Oh,
somebody
wow.
take a flyer on him.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Jordan, very content coded. May actually,
Mm-hmm.
but had a good year last year, dude. My brain, I'm broke. I love Cam Jordan too much. I
he's
would
good.
love Cam Jordan to come back to the Saints.
But I don't want to see him play for a team besides the Saints.
If we hired Cam Jordan at Barstool, what would he do?
I'd be very excited.
What do you think? What would he do?
Oh, what would he do?
Putt-putt?
Probably like some combines.
Putt-putt.
Yeah, putt-putt.
Probably go to some widespread panic shows.
Yeah.
The Cam Jordan Mincy content's going to be electric.
Yeah.
Son Rick, L'Jarius Sneed saw there. Wasn't L'Jarius Sneed like just a couple of years ago? I'm like, this is the best quarterback I've ever seen.
So L'Jarius Sneed, he might be content creator. Hassan Reddick, I don't know. We need to study what happened with Hassan Reddick the years between the Eagles and the Jets, and exactly what happened there. Still one of the weirdest dynamics in terms of personnel movement. Something fishy was going on behind the scenes. I feel bad for Jets fans, but Howie got you on that one.
No, yeah, imagine that. All right, guys. So look, coming up next, we got some World Cup coming up. A bit later in the show, Zah gonna make his Wake Up Barstool debut.
Wow.
Starting to get us ready for Groups A, Groups B. But next, Deshaun Watson. Back in the news, guys.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Deshaun back. We'll get to that. And our hit or miss NFL draft coming up next here at Wake Up Barstool. Okay, guys, check it out. Indianapolis 500 coming up next month. We're very excited. Oh, Mark's super pumped up. Well, check this out, guys. We got a quick sneak preview of All In. This is a show that our friends at Air McLaren are doing. They are in this latest episode. They're trying to find a driver for their third car ahead of next month's 500. Check it out. Bro, that's awesome. Oh my God, dude. Awesome. I cannot wait, dude.
It's the blood flowing a little bit, huh?
I love the idea, too, of top 10 or you're out. Like, how much of your life are you willing to risk to try to keep your job, basically, is what it boils down to in those races.
Yeah. The guys that, like, that guy crashed and he was okay. Like, he gets on the comms right afterwards. He's like, hey, guys, just to let you know, I'm all right. And the team has to be like, oh, thank God, but they're secretly, like, really upset that he crashed.
Yeah, you're fired. Yeah. You're fired. I'm glad you're alive,
like
but you're fired.
Yeah, how long do they give you a hug and they're like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're okay. By the way, you're fired.
Shout out to guy, Pato. Can't wait,
yep,
dude.
Let's go, Pato. Let's go, Connor Daly.
Getting super fired up. All right, we'll talk more Indy 500 as we continue to get near the race. We got World Cup coming up, but right now, let's head back to the NFL. This feels, okay, Deshaun Watson's emerging as QB1 for the Cleveland Browns. And people are trying to say, oh, it's going to be Deshaun, is going to be Shadur. On that front, it is, I mean, it's clearly going to be Watson, right? I like Shadur. I've always liked Shadur. He was fine last year. But like Deshaun Watson's heights, he could be 70% of what he was at his height and still be better than anything the Browns theoretically have on their roster right now.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson used to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL
for like a few years.
Yeah, a few years, like pretty consistently. And the way that the Browns are talking about it right now, they had an executive go on radio in Cleveland and essentially say as much as Deshaun Watson's going to be our starting quarterback, which is something that we had thought, but the fact that the team is putting it out there now, they're getting everybody ready. Like, you're going to have an entire summer to like talk to your kids about Deshaun Watson being the next quarterback of the Cleveland Browns going into next year.
Am I misremembering? He was awful.
Terrible.
Yeah,
right?
he was bad. Yeah,
terrible.
Bad.
I believe, I don't know how far it went back, but I saw of the last 902 seasons in yards per drop back, whatever the last season he played was 902nd, and he's had 2.
Yeah, he was like comically bad.
Yeah, comically bad before he tore his Achilles, and then he retore.
Comically bad, tore his Achilles,
twice.
Retore his Achilles, and now here we are.
Now he's back.
That's Browns quarterbacking.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the guy we're hoping can turn this franchise around.
Titus, have you ever bought something that you spent a good amount of money on and you knew that it wasn't going to work out, that it was a bad investment, and you keep trying to find reasons to use it? Like, I'm going to get my money out of this thing.
Yeah.
That's what the Browns
Deshaun
are doing.
Watson.
This is sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, this is the Apple Vision Pro that I bought 2 years ago. Thinking it was going to change the future of flight simulation, and then I don't use it for anything, and it collects dust. But every now and again, I'm like, oh, I got to check out the Masters app on this thing.
It was probably pretty cool for like a couple weeks, though.
No, not really. It's not really that. It was
never.
I'm going to borrow it for my flight to Hawaii and see if it's good.
Okay. What about this? So, like, okay, yes, Deshaun Watson likely going to be the starter here. I'm going to be honest, actually, guys. I completely forgot what point I was going to make. I started thinking about the Apple Vision Pro, and I'm completely
it's pretty
floundering
sweet.
and panicking.
It's pretty sweet. The one thing that it's good for is like the immersive videos that it has.
Oh.
That come preloaded. So there's this one where you're with Alex Honnold, the rock climber guy.
Yeah.
And you're looking around like in 3D off the side of a rock, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, messing with your mind. I've done that on like the meta. Okay, this is what I was going to say. This is Watson's last year of his contract, right? Is the most Cleveland possible situation here. The Deshaun Watson in this money year plays incredibly, and then Cleveland has to decide whether or not they have to pay him a lot of money to continue to be the Browns quarterback.
Yeah. I'm just going to look up and make sure that this is in fact like he's a true free agent at the end of the season. But yes, that would be the most Browns thing ever. And then they have to pay him again.
They have to pay him again, and then he sucks again after that, or he tears his Achilles.
This next draft is good, right? And there are a lot of good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Is that
all over
am I
the
understanding
place.
that correctly? So like Deshaun Watson plays well enough that the Browns play their way out of being in contention for those quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They don't get a high enough draft pick for those quarterbacks. They're like, I guess we have to pay him. Like, we're not going to be able to draft the guy we want.
I love, too, they added Taylor Green to the mix now.
Yeah.
So you've got Dylan Gabriel, Shadur, Taylor Green.
Oh,
Deshaun
they have
Watson.
Taylor Green?
I believe so. Right?
Oh, you don't re-sign Deshaun no matter what.
Oh, are you? Wait, are you with? You're in the Green
I'm a believer.
Okay, I am too, dude.
Yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
I think Taylor's got a ceiling unlike any other, and he doesn't have the expectation of like top 5.
He's got some more athletic Ben Roethlisberger to him.
Okay.
Much more athletic.
You can
Just
say that
watch
about Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson has to be rough.
No, well, just watch out for Taylor Green, but not in, but not in that sense. Yeah, no, but not like that. Just on the field.
Yeah. I hear you.
All right, speaking of the NFL draft, then let's play a little game here. I'm going to give you a few different categories, 2 different players, and you have to choose between them. Big T, Offensive Rookie of the Year. More likely, Jeremiah Love or Carnell Tate?
Jeremiah Love, just by virtue of like he's going to get a ton of carries. Carnell Tate, I mean, I'm sure he'll get targets, but it's the Titans. Are those my
T-Rack, dude?
Those my only 2 choices?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you have? Do you have
Jeremiah
somebody
Love.
else that you would throw in
No,
for?
I'd have to go. I'd have to look, but Jeremiah Love.
I'm a Buckeye, and I would take Jeremiah Love in this either or.
Really? Even though receivers have been proven to be able to come online in year 1, especially your Ohio State
Tate
guys.
Yeah, I like Carnell Tate a lot.
What about Fernando Mendoza?
No, thank you.
I'm going. Oh, wow. I'm going. I'm going to go Carnell Tate.
You go Carnell Tate?
Cam Ward. They're investing in him. Like, I think the Cardinals aren't ready for a running back Deshaun yet. But as we've laid out, I think they're laying the groundwork for that quarterback to maybe come in next year and put them over. Defensive Rookie of the Year, more likely Arvell Reese or Caleb Downs.
Sonny Styles.
Okay, yes. Who did Sonny Styles get drafted by?
I'm trying to remember who drafted him. The Commanders. That's
Has
right.
your jersey come in yet?
No, not yet. I ordered drafted. I don't think he's got a number yet.
Right after he got drafted,
see-
I was sitting on the couch next to you, and you said, I've already bought his
Number
jersey.
pending.
See, you got to know the secret. They don't ship those till like September. You got to wait till they confirm the numbers after mini camp, and then you can just do a custom one. And this is, you don't want to say this now. I was the first person in America to have a James Pierce Jr. Falcons jersey.
Congratulations.
Are you back good again?
No, I mean
the details
he
remain
did bad
sorted.
stuff. But he's in a program
Pretrial
with
intervention.
the state of Florida, and the charges could be dropped. In which case,
Maybe he'll play football.
you don't want your guys doing that kind of thing. I don't. But I don't know.
To answer the question, I would say probably Arvell Reese.
I think safety is just hard to make the noticeable impact to win a Rookie of the Year.
But Downs has the PR in the sense that like the ball knowers love pointing out that Caleb Downs is a genius.
Yeah.
Like knows where everyone's going to be.
Yep.
And like that. Like the propaganda might get behind Downs, and not that it's not. He's not worthy of it, but you know what I'm saying.
No, that's a good point. He has
That
more
he
name
has
recognition
the-
to start than most safeties ever would.
If you get like 9.5 sacks as a rookie, that usually people be like, oh yeah, this guy's the Rookie of the Year.
Perfect transition. More sacks. David Bailey, 6+, which is minus 140, or Reuben Bain Jr., who's minus 150 to go 6+. I'm a bit shocked that
That's
both
crazy.
these guys are minus odds.
That's crazy. David Bailey is going to have 3 or 4 more sacks than Reuben Bain.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, Bain, I don't know what position he's going to play. He's probably going to play on the interior a little bit too.
You think with the short arms?
They might have him in there. I don't know. I guess I'm going to wait to see how the Bucs truly use him. But yeah, I agree with Big T. I would take David Bailey.
Okay.
Bailey is going to get after it.
David Bailey, 9 sacks next year.
You're calling it?
Yeah.
I wonder what the odds on that would be. More touchdowns, Jordan Tyson or Kenyon Sadiq? Right now, Tyson is minus 130 to go 6+. Sadiq is plus 180 to go 6+. I mean, guys, this is easy.
Who drafted Sadiq?
The Jets, right?
Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy.
I love Kenyon
really.
Sadiq if he had like a competent quarterback. He'd be
so
a red zone
big in
monster.
red zone.
Be a red zone
Yeah.
monster. But Tyler Shuck, this is going to be this is going to be Jordan Tyson.
Yeah.
I agree, but I mean, Gino.
Stu Feiner did come on here. I think he was biased, but Stu Feiner did come on here and tell us that Geno Smith is truly going to be the savior.
Promise
that Aaron Glenn said he was going to.
I agree, though. Tyler Shuck, he's special.
Who will have a better career, Ty Simpson or Carson Beck?
Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
Not even
Is this a
close.
joke?
Yeah.
Joke? We're doing joke questions?
He's gonna make history, he said.
Yeah.
Ty
Call this-
Simpson is in the single friendliest landing spot that a first-round quarterback has ever landed in NFL history.
He called his Super Bowl winning coach, who just coached the MVP of the league at quarterback, who's a quarterback this past season, and said, "Let's go make history, coach." Said, "Let's."
Yeah, enjoy it.
Which I know you've never really done much in your career, but Thankfully now.
We're about to turn.
Now
that
we're
around.
about to turn that around
Just-
and make some history.
Just those two guys, though, in terms of makeup, I'm taking Ty Simpson 11 times out of 10.
So I used to I spent so much time crapping on Carson Beck's intangibles and makeup and everything, and then he shoved it in my face last year. So I'm gonna give Beck a little credit here.
He played this is the playoff thing.
Yeah, it's
He
playoff.
played a few really good games in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He's still immature, not particularly well.
What's the playoff thing?
Where
T-Bob only watches college football when it's in the playoff, and then
Yeah, but I mean, like, wouldn't the guy playing his best football on the
Every
biggest stage-
Saturday,
That's what he does.
I have like 6 games
yeah,
going
no,
on
you
for
and
12
TFT,
hours
you guys love
straight.
watching college
What are we
football.
talking
That's what I
about?
hear.
Big T did this to me yesterday. He was like, "You don't really watch college football."
You're
I
a
was like,
shieldy.
I was like, "I watched."
No,
12
I'm
hours.
not. I'm the opposite of a shieldy.
No,
if anything, I kind of dabble. I have to fake a little bit of league because Sunday's like my family day. Saturday, I ignore my family all day long. I tell them get babysitters. Go do whatever you have to do.
That's fine.
All
But more
I'm
to
doing
the
is watching
point.
college football.
More to the point, you're saying Carson Beck playing well in the playoff doesn't matter because
No, I'm not saying
it's
it
more
doesn't
important
matter.
that he.
He's saying the
No,
playoff.
no.
The game against Cal.
He's saying he should never have been in the playoff, but because of expansion, now you get guys coming in.
No. I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback. I'm saying he is not the guy to lead a franchise in the NFL.
Sure. But we're asking, yeah.
I'm just saying I
we
doubt
asked
him.
who will have a better
career
in the
between Ty
NFL.
Simpson and
Big T's thesis is that this is what you get when you dilute the product in the playoff. You get guys that come in, you're like, wow, maybe he's turned the corner. He's a really good quarterback.
That is
Yes.
not my
And
thesis.
Big
My
T
thesis is
saying-
that Carson Beck is dumb and immature and not fit to lead an NFL franchise. That is.
But I think T-Bob's point that he kind of silenced.
Because I said
haters a
all
little
of that
bit.
before the season, and then I felt like ID Crow. Big T.
I think there's a
standing on
little
business.
validity to that, right?
no.
Okay.
Big T standing on business.
He did get his team really, really far.
Playing your
He
best
did?
football in the biggest.
He
he
didn't
played
screw
well
it
in
up.
those games.
He didn't
Played
screw
well.
it up.
He played well.
Look, Big T, we'll see who's vindicated. I think you're on. It's good real estate that you're on right now, though, because it's hard to make in the NFL, and if he doesn't, then you're going to have a great Itotoso pathway.
Yeah, which is why it's insane that you guys are like, yep, Carson Beck. He's the answer.
No.
Carson Beck, the best quarterback.
No.
He had a great
What I'm
receiver. He had a great
doing
running
is-
game, great defense. That's all true.
T-Bob
but
made
he
the
didn't screw it
point
up.
that Carson Beck kind of silenced the haters by playing well in the playoff, and you. Here we go with the playoff. And I said, I feel like that's a fair point to say a guy playing his
that's all he
best
cares
football
about.
on the
That's
biggest
all he cares
stage.
about
There's
is the
been too
playoff.
many. There's been
Is-
too
is-
many
is
Frank
T-Bob
impressions.
That's
in
worth
October,
pointing
on a
out.
Saturday in October, T-Bob is like, call me in January. That's when I watch college football.
Yes. This is just. This
Can we get
not
more
as-
playoff games?
As much as I love you,
aye.
this slander's out of control. We're gonna have to stick you back behind the desk here.
I do love the shieldy slur, though.
All
It's a
right.
good slur.
Coming up next, we got our guys coming in. World Cup group breakdown. We're going to do in the run-up to the World Cup, and we're starting today with groups A and B. More Wake Up Barstool on the other side. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, guys. World Cup is around the corner. Cannot wait. It's going to set us up for an incredible run during the summer. It's all going to be here on Fox, FS1. And here in the Chicago offices, we have a group that runs the gamut of sports, right? Like everybody loves football, but everybody's got their sports as their main thing. Zah, you're our best football mind in the building. Welcome into Wake Up Barstool, dude. Pumped to have you here, dude.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for having me, fellas. Really excited.
Okay, so let's start because this is series.
Congratulations on Arsenal winning the Premiership this year, by the way.
Stop
Right
it.
off the
Don't
bat.
do that.
No,
Don't
thank
do
you.
that,
Do you know what he
PFT. Don't
did?
do that.
Do you know what he
Stop
did?
it.
No, what did he do?
He bought a trophy.
You bought it.
So I can hold my own guard of honor in this office when we win the
You
league.
bought a trophy.
I hope to see you in the guard of honor, keep cheering me on as the champion of the Premier League.
How are we looking? How many more games do we have?
4 games to go, 3 points ahead. It's City has a game and a half.
Zah, that's
No,
crazy.
no,
In traditional sports culture, that's insane. That's
I will
insane.
give you a guard of honor if
That's,
Arsenal wins.
that's how confident I feel.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how-
Okay. I was trying to jinx you off the top. I did not realize that you had
Not this-
already jinxed yourself worse than I ever could.
Not this year. No jinxing this year. We're getting it
Okay.
done after the 4th.
It's the ultimate 8 Mile.
Yeah.
He beat Rabbit to the most extreme degree. All right. So Zah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue having you on the run up to the cup. We're gonna look at groups. We're gonna break them down. But before we get there, a couple of rule changes in place for the tournament itself.
Yeah, big new one. So there's a lot of he said, she said been going on in soccer. You know, you can't tell what's going on behind when someone covers their mouth and all. They just decided, as of the World Cup, that if you cover your mouth, you get a red card.
Okay,
Wait.
so
To see.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
If you talk to the ref,
Yeah.
you go like that?
Well, I don't know about the ref part. I think it's a player-to-player
Talk
thing.
to the opponent, you go like that.
If I go up to an opposing player and I cover my mouth, then,
Red card?
then it's
Red
a
card.
red card.
so that's how much of a problem alleged slurs had become.
Yes, it
Yes.
stems from the incident with Vini Jr. in the Benfica game where he accused the player of racism, and then apparently it came out it was I don't know, a whole lot of he said.
What if I'm going to apologize, but then I have to cough as I'm approaching you? And
It better be, you got to go in the
I
elbow.
respectfully cover my mouth just to be like,
Yeah, fast one.
yo, my bad on that last play.
Fast one.
Yeah, like do one of those. Yeah. Okay.
It's a red card.
It's going to be interesting.
All right,
to
so
see.
toss-
If
just
that
toss it
shows
in the
up in a big moment,
Soccer
that's
so
going to be insane. dude.
I don't know how it's going to go down because it's like, I mean, it's instinct. A lot of people do that,
Yeah.
so we'll see. The first two will be.
Zidane when he headbutted the guy? Wasn't there like someone said something about his mother?
He called his mother
about
a
sister.
Algerian
Yeah,
sister.
not
Okay, I
about
thought
a
it was his
sister.
mother.
So
a-
it's that.
So if that
Lady
would
of the
happen
Night.
now,
Yeah.
Red card.
red card for the other
For
guy.
the cover, for Materazzi for
Yeah,
covering it up.
yeah, that's right.
Not even Zidane for the.
That was a great headbutt, though.
It was a
Great.
good
Like,
badass
an
headbutt
all-time
straight to
moment.
the chest, dude.
All-time moment in headbutt.
Okay, and then the other one. So, how many yellow cards do you have to accrue through a tournament to get a red or to get suspended?
So it's two. Is it three? Is it four of them?
I don't know.
In the group stage, so they clear after the group stage.
Okay.
It's I believe it's either three. I think it's same as the Champions League. It's three of them in the
Oh,
group
it's
stage,
three,
then
yeah.
it clears, and then in the knockout round it'll clear again after the quarterfinals are done.
Okay, I love this rule.
Yeah, I do too.
Right, let's keep the best guys on the field. Still let them play hard.
It's
Like,
1 game
yeah.
suspensions. It's
We already have a punishment in place for getting multiple yellow cards, and that's a red card in a game.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that it carries over into
accumulated
other.
ones.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into Group A. Then Group A is Mexico,
Yes.
Korea, South Africa, Czechia. I can't remember. Where do we land on that? I keep going back and forth.
Czechia.
It is Czechia. Excuse me. I apologize. Okay, Zah, give us kind of the overview here. Who's the favorite in Group A?
Group A, I like South Korea. I like South Korea a lot, but Mexico is going to be very tough to beat on home ground with the home support. I mean, the first game that they play in is a replay of the one that happened in Soweto back in 2010. They're going to be playing Mexico. They're going to be playing South Africa, in the Azteca to kick off this World Cup like they did in the last one. It was 1-1 back then.
It was a great tie for South.
There it is. The goal for Africa. The goal for South Africa.
Yeah, they won that tie.
That was the debut of the Vuvuzela. It was
There
the,
it is.
The first time when it came onto all of our radars.
Spiwe Chabalala scoring. So, yeah, I'm high on South Korea. I mean, they have Son, who I don't like that much. I'm an Arsenal fan. He played for Tottenham, but it's probably going to be his last World Cup. He's, 34 now? 33, 34? Probably going to be his last one. He's now here in America and in Los Angeles. They're going to be good. Mexico is going to be good. I was hoping my Bafana guys might be able to do something. Our neighbors to the south in Zimbabwe, but I don't know, man. It's going to be really tough.
Yeah,
for them.
I think especially if they play at altitude.
Yeah.
Is that game in Mexico City?
It's at Azteca.
Okay, yeah. So that's going to be very, very
Azteca,
tough.
yeah,
for
it's going to
South
be tough on them. But yeah, so in that group, Mexico, South Korea.
So you like Mexico and South Korea. Who is anybody a threat to go deep out of Mexico and South Korea?
Ooh, so out of them two, not personally, not really. It's the next group that we're gonna talk about that I have a team on there that it's my dark horse, my long shot.
Okay, because when we were talking to commercial break, I was like, this Group B, is this like the easiest group? But no, so who you like out of Group B so much?
On to Group B, we have Canada, Qatar, Bosnia, which is the spot that Italy was meant to be in. But, Bosnia is the one that took down Wales before Italy. Yeah, it was Wales in Italy. And then I'm very high on Switzerland. I think Switzerland is built very, very well for a tournament, for a deep run in a tournament. They have a solid, experienced spine. Jan Sommer at the Champions League level goalkeeper. The two center backs in Akanji and Fabian Schär. Hopefully they're fit by the time the World Cup starts. And then the man of the hour for Switzerland, the engine, Granit Xhaka, my former Arsenal player. With them up front, Bril and Mbolo up front there, they might be able to do a madness.
What about Shaqiri? Is that a guy?
I think
He's old.
He's
old.
He's a little
It's
bit
been
past
a while.
his.
It's
past
been a while.
his time,
I need to refresh my rosters.
Yeah, but he's a Switzerland legend, man.
It's the one guy I remember.
Still
Does he
working
still
off
play
of like
here?
In their no,
He was in Chicago
Yeah, he
for
was
a
in
long
Chicago for some time. But
When you talk about the Swiss defense and the goalie, the two center backs, are they like a park the bus type team? Or are they going to win a lot of games 1-0? Are they a team that also has like some
they are efficient. They're efficient. So in the group stages, in the Nations League groups qualifying stages, they conceded 2 goals. Only conceded 2 goals.
Okay.
Did not lose a single game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're winning games, so I wouldn't say really park the bus. They did score hella goals, but
Yeah.
they are solid defensively, which is what you need, if you ask me, to go deep in a.
I've got a betting strategy for this World Cup. I don't know if it's going to be profitable. I'm not an expert, not a financial advisor, but I think this is what I'm going to do. In the group play, I might bet every single game to be a draw. Like across the board. Wake up, bet, draw. You always get to, like you said, with the South Africa, Mexico. You get interesting draws.
Yeah.
Like we saw some crazy games last time in the World Cup too, in that group stages. Teams that have no business drawing like world class, teams that are threats to win the entire thing, and they pay out really good when that happens. I might just bet every single time.
Especially first games, I feel like are a feel it out situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
First games are like we don't want to get too aggressive and expose ourselves to goals. So let's just kind of everybody feel it out, and then
You
0-0.
win. You win your first game in your group play. If you win your first game, you are solid. You're solid. You're pretty much, I would say, stamp it through to the next round. Especially now that it's a little diluted. 3 teams can go through.
Yeah, 3 teams.
Yeah.
What do you think about tournament expansion? Like
listen.
the World Cup having more teams qualify. It's like 2.5 teams qualify from each group.
The more teams, the better. So for someone like me, I'm originally. You guys know. I don't know if everybody out here knows. I'm originally from Zimbabwe. We're seeing more African teams now. They added 5 slots. 5 extra slots for African teams. So for parts of the world like that where we don't get much action, get much play. Once the World Cup comes around every 4 years,
it's an awesome opportunity
we see our
for you
people
guys,
over there, man. We're having fun in the stands. So like I'm Zimbabwean, but I'm going to be rooting for every single other African country. I put my tribalism away and
That's like
just have fun.
Big
See,
T,
Big
you
T,
don't- Big
this
T,
is
you
what
don't-
you stand against.
Big T, you don't want the African.
No, I don't want any sport expanded. Okay, I don't want any more playoffs. We 32.
Big T's like, why can't they just have their own tournament?
16 was
Great job. Good job.
Shut up.
Nah,
I think it's wonderful that there are more countries that can be represented.
I hear you. Keep my Arsenal players in cotton wool. So keep those guys rested, but expand the tournament so we can have some fun.
Of the 8 teams we've talked about, who's the best player on any of these teams?
Ooh.
Just overall, who's the guy that like
best player.
The casual fan's gonna turn on their TV and
Give me a name to sound
Okay,
smart
so
with.
for the casual players, exciting wise, I'm gonna pick a Canadian guy, Alphonso Davis. Alphonso Davis
writing that down.
plays out
Good to know.
fast, lightning fast, rapid. One of the, I would say, he top five fastest footballers I've seen in my life.
Okay.
Rapid, exciting. He plays on the left wing. They play him on the left wing for Canada. He's a left wing back for Bayern Munich. I am very, very high on Alphonso Davis. Granit Xhaka, good if you're a purist. His midfield play, always solid when it comes to Switzerland. He turns into a Ballon d'Or level central midfielder.
Okay.
In Group A, we talked about Son. And then I'll give a little love to Raul Jimenez. If he gets healthy, the Fulham striker, he's going to be striking. He's going to be up front for Mexico. If he gets healthy, he causes problems in the Premier League.
So can any of these teams win the World Cup?
Switzerland is the one I'm big on out of these 8 that we've talked about.
Big
the
T,
rest
do you have
of
any
them are
players?
just the rest of them are just.
I mean, you never. So
Yeah,
international
yeah.
football, you never
Yeah.
know because they only play together.
Yeah.
Every 3 months, they play 2 games every 3 months together, kind of thing. So gelling is tough. Whoever gels the fastest, and whoever's been playing together a lot. So, for example, that Swiss spine that I was talking about,
They've been together for a while
played,
now.
Exactly. So, and they play in the similar leagues. They're together a lot, and also that's what you look for, the chemistry aspects of all. And throw somebody special up front, and anything can happen. Magic happens, man.
Hell yes. Zah, cannot thank you enough, dude. You get me fired up. We're going to do this every single week in the run-up to the World Cup. We'll continue to break it all down.
We get them every Thursday?
I believe. Yeah, I think him and I think
Every
so.
other.
Every other. Okay.
Looking forward to the Garden
But
of
really
Honor.
appreciate it. Have fun. There it is.
Yeah,
You better be in it.
Congrats.
Better be in it.
Arsenal.
Go Gunners.
Arsenal.
All right, guys, closing out the show next. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, guys. Okay, so Boise State was in the news as they've come up with an innovative new system to honor their best ever players. Instead of retiring jerseys, they're retiring yard lines. So both the 2 and the 11 at Boise will now be painted orange. This is to honor Ashton Ginty and, of course, my guy, Coach Teef, Kellen Moore, number 11. This is surface level, very cool. But there are a couple of things to think about here.
Yeah.
I like it.
What about the O-lineman, dude?
Yeah, that's true.
But
what
then
happens
again, I
if
don't
you're-
think an O-lineman's ever had his jersey.
if your number is higher than 50? Yeah.
Here's my question: are they doing all 4 hashes? Because that feels like a lot.
Also, what if you have a,
it would feel uneven. I
Or
feel
is
like
it
if
just
you
on one
did-
sideline? I think if you one sideline,
Yeah.
I like it.
It's going to be very confusing watching on TV, and you're wondering where the first down is, if that's where the first down marker is,
it's
or
a
if that's the orange hash mark on the far side of the field that's spray painted.
Maybe I don't.
Like I know
this.
one's on the sideline, one's not, but if out of the corner of your eye, it might wreak havoc on whether or not something is a first down.
what if it's a round number? If you're number 10 and they want to retire, do you do the whole line? Or just the hash?
I think it's a stripe. Yeah,
No,
like
that's
the
crazy.
little-
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think
know.
I don't know if they thought this through.
I think it needs to just be the home sideline, that hash.
I also think that Boise State is like anytime they need some sort of like marketing, they're like, let's do something with our field.
Yeah, that's
That there's always money in the field. Let's go back to the field and do something.
God, the asymmetry there, though, T, it messes with my OCD.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But to make it symmetrical, it's going to look really dumb.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, speaking of really
All right.
dumb, that was a great Wake Up Barstool. We'll be back tomorrow for Friday's show, the really dumb
Love you, Mom.
show. Love you.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Peter. Peace, Mom.